Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today, because I know exactly now what my doubts were last episode. So yeah, this benteng, this ship where we're at, this is indeed basically the lead of a fleet. Basically, I reread the entrance text for this area, and yeah, it's basically a huge pirate ship surrounded by smaller ships, and together they make a fleet. And Benteng is the lead, I suppose. So let's continue talking to all the friendly people around here. There's a friendly orc in here, and Officer Hui. And, well, let's have a chat with the orc first. Can I? There we go. With an easy smile and relaxed body language, something about this orc seems intrinsically pleasant. Despite the myriad guns and swords laying on the table near him, he raises a hand in greeting as you approach. Hey, stranger! Always nice to see a new face out here. Yeah, nice to meet you too. You part of the crew? Who, me? Nah, man, I'm just hanging out here until my next job. I know some of the crew, and it's a good transit hub if you're looking to go places by ship and stay off the official records. It's a pretty cool place, truth be told. The name's Garrick, by the way. Wandering swordsman at your service. So, you're a Ronin or something? Yeah, something like that. The more appropriate term in Hong Kong would be the Yao-hap. But same difference, I guess. You boil it down, I'm a street samurai who happens to be good with a blade. Guns too, but I like swords. Oh, so can I hire you and take you on a mission if I want to? So where are you from? Garrick doesn't sound like a Chinese name. I grew up on the street in Oakland, California Free State. You know, or Orkland. Oh, non-humans weren't very welcome in San Francisco after Japan began protecting it. Anybody who wasn't highly connected or a normal human got shoved out. I'm sure you've run into somebody with an axe to grind against elves at some point in your life. Think of that, but make it the law. And the thugs getting in your face think that orcs and trolls are monsters that are going to kill their kids. It happened right before I was born, but I heard a lot of stories. Yeah, no wonder you learned to fight. No kidding, right? You grew up on the street and want to get out, and you end up dead, in a gang or a Shadowrunner. Not a whole lot of middle ground for us. This here is your passport for a better life. It's that simple. Remind me to tell you about my tragic past too. Damn near guarantees a life as a Shadowrunner. Yeah, so how did you end up in Hong Kong? This ties into my tragic past. A tale of revenge in foreign lands, swords and sorcery, of dead parents and the criminal underworld. Yeah, you're awfully excited about a terrible event. Well, what do you expect? It happened when I was a kid, and that was ages ago. I lived in a slum surrounded by gangers and junkies. Objectively speaking, it was probably the best thing that happened to me. It got me out of Oakland. I had gone to the corner store, and when I got back home, and my home was on fire. Mom and Dad had been hacked up with a machete, but don't know why. Maybe a bit yelled at, maybe they just got on some wrong side of one of the local gangs. Long story short, a local fixer felt bad and took me in. Started me off as an assistant and moved me up to be his muscle as I got older. Oh, that sounds like a familiar story to me. Figured it might. People like us, we tend to come from the same kind of places. Nobody gives up easy street for a life of crime unless they're seriously screwed up in the head. But it's a better life than begging or being at the bottom of the food chain, yeah? Anyway, once I was old enough, Big Sven, the fixer, hooked me up with Shoi Li Foot Sifu. What the hell? That was when I got my first street jobs. Odd jobs here and there, and I'm not an adept, so I also had to scrounge to install whatever ware I could afford. I'm out here because my Sifu figured it's time for me to learn from other masters. I've been visiting monks, trident forces, and back alley schools for months now. So are you looking to avenge your parents or something? I guess, if it comes up or I hear something. Seems like the kind of thing I should be honor-bound to do, but it was so damn long ago I figure I can afford to let it sit a bit longer. Maybe that's kind of weird, but I don't know what part of my past to define me. So, how'd you get into the whole wandering swordsman bit? It seems a bit melodramatic. I grew up on stories about wandering Jianggu swordsmen and other martial artists. I loved reading books like The Water Margin, The Deer, and The Cauldron, and Journey Up to the West. There's a kind of romance to it that appealed to me, and it still does. An outlaw living by their own code, fighting the mighty powers and living by their own wits. It bits the usual story I knew. Born poor, starve, and die poor. Most people out there haven't got a shred of hope there's anything better. When you live like that, it grinds you down. I figure if I can see my life as modern version of one of those classics, I'll keep my spirits up. That's worth more than all the new yarn in the world. Yeah, yes it is. See you later, Garrick. Hope you find who you're looking for. Hey, thanks. If it happens, it happens. If not, at least I'll have an interesting trip. That's the thing, really. Be where you are, live when you are. Makes sense? Yeah, sure. Sure it does. Basically, life is not defined by the cards you are dealt, but how you deal with the cards, I guess. Well, I guess he's doing a good job. Hey, officer. The constable's attention is locked onto his PDA's display. He inhales through his nose, then speaks. Just because I'm standing here doesn't mean I'm not busy. State your business. So, what do you do when you're not being a cop? What exactly? Why are you here? Did you come with Lamb? Or Q, rather? I always mixed up those two. Yeah, let's go with that one. What do I do? You mean like my hobbies? That's kind of a strange thing to ask. Come on, I'm curious. Sure, okay. I paint. Oils, mostly landscapes. I've had a few showings in Victoria Harbour coffee shops. Could we change the subject, maybe? This is getting a little bit too personal for my tastes. Okay, so nice tattoo there. Is that personal enough for you? Yeah, I got jumped when I was a kid. In my old neighborhood, it was impossible not to be. I got out when I was a teenager, turned my life around. When I landed in the HKPF, they put my background to good use by sending me undercover. So you were a narc. Yep, I work undercover for a couple of Kowloon City's nastier street gangs, the Black Butchers and the 444s. Helped to bring them down from the inside. Glad to be off that detail, though. I was good at it, but doing that sort of work takes a toll. Yeah, I guess. So how did you end up on the task force? My cover got blown. Barely made it out of the 444 territory alive. I couldn't stay undercover any longer, so they had to find another use for me. When Lamb told me about the task force, I volunteered. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Can we go over there? That's the Defiance. We want to go to Defiance. I want to go to the Defiance right now, actually. But let's talk to these guys. Apparently, she brought her whole committee with her, I guess. The sergeant takes a long drag of her cigarette before meeting your gaze. So, here you are. What brings you to my corner of the impound yard, runner? This is not... I guess the game hasn't been... The game didn't take into account that we are no longer in the impound yard. This is Bentang. Well, if you have time, I'm full of questions. I would think so. Alright, go ahead. So, didn't I ask all of these before? Things were getting stale back in the office. Actually, they'd been stale for a few years. I needed out of that stale recycled air, constant sound of typing fingers, and the suffocating stench of cologne. I could smell my old boss coming from down the hall. Yeah, sounds delightful. Now let me tell you, the stank of this arbor broth is worlds better than that office. It's been a relief to my senses, but who knows, maybe one day I'll miss it. Nostalgia or whatever. What do you do when you're not being a cop? It's hard to clock out when you've gotten your badge. A lot of rookies don't realize that it's a 24/7 lifestyle, and the better you get, the more it engulfs you. It's like a radar that won't turn off, or Sixth Sense, or whatever. Point is, I don't get a lot of free time. None? I don't believe it. Come on, even I can find time to take it easy. Now, what do you want to know? You want to know what I do in my free time? I sleep, I eat, and if I'm on a new case, I sometimes try to get ahead on my research. The only breaks we cops tend to take is when our superior officers force us to go on holiday. Well, that's a start. What do you do on a holiday? More of the same, naturally. Well, okay, you're lots of fun. Lots of fun. Okay, so I'm not really sure if I remember her. She has different dialogues, though. And Officer Hui, so basically she was to the northwest of the impound lot, and Officer Hui was to the southwest, I seem to remember. And Toof, we've seen him before, wasn't he inside with whatever the captain's name is? A bored-looking pirate stands amid a collection of sea mines, a spiral-bound and laminated manual in one hand. The cover reads, Ares Mark 62 Naval Mine. He's busily thumbing through it, a sore expression on his face. Hey, you need something? The pirate tosses the manual onto the ground near him. Hey, well, do you really need a manual for sea mines? It doesn't inspire confidence. Hey, friend, I've got to deal with over 30 different types of mines, demolition charges, warheads, and bombs. And each one's been brought is being bought second-hand for a variety of security agencies, corporations, and governments. So you'll have to pardon me if I like to make absolutely certain that I'm following the right steps. The alternative is turning this tub into a smoking wreck. The only reason the Bantang and the other ships are safe is that we've got enough explosives to level a small island. Without them, we'd be fighting off other pirates left and right. Mines are the pirate code for don't even think about it. So, Tough, do you have a name? Call me Tough. Toof. I'm gonna call him Tough, yeah. Not my real name, obviously, but that shouldn't be a surprise. You? Well, you can call me Seal, I guess. Good name, I think. Nice to meet you. Why are you on mine prep duty? Simple. I spent 12 years with the British Royal Navy as an explosive ordnance disposal technician. If it explodes, I know how to set it up or get rid of it. I wouldn't trust anyone else out there to handle them. That's for damn sure. Nobody else is trained. How'd you end up being a pirate? Happenstance, mostly. You know what being a Neo-D tech teaches you to do in the real world? Absolutely nothing. There's a lot of call for bomb disposal outside of the police, and I've had enough of authority after the army. After 12 years with Her Majesty's salty service, my main aim was to get drunk and forget all about being a sailor. I packed my kit and went out to the world, all around the world. Ended up in Manila, half dead of alcoholism, and met a local girl named Christina. It got serious. She introduced me to her family, and it turned out they were pirates. After we got married, I figured I might as well make myself useful, so here we are. Priming mines. The more things change, the more they stay the same, right? So you like it here? Well, like has nothing to do with it. These pirates are my family, so I gotta stick by him. But yeah, I guess I do. I'd rather be on a beach with a bottle of whiskey, but I can sail to a beach and we've got whiskey in the hold. It's not so bad as life goes. Nobody's asking me to get shot at, and we're preposterous enough to feed ourselves. Preposterous enough? No, prosperous enough to feed ourselves. Besides, I don't know how to do anything else aside from set up and disarm explosives. Not exactly a normal job. Yeah, I guess you don't have really much choice. Would you give it up if you could have a normal life? I don't know. Maybe? Hard to say. It's like this. I've spent so long as a sailor that I don't know what I'd do if I wasn't on a boat surrounded by bombs. Kinda messed up when I say it out loud, but that's the truth of it. I guess. At least you were up front. Yeah, that's true as well. I mean, you get so used to a certain way of life, you just forget what to do with yourself if you're not doing that particular thing. So we got Quartermaster back here. This guy, is he the same one, or is he still gonna have? Is he gonna have a different dialogue again? Not remember that he's in a boat. Back for more gear. I've got. Okay, so let's see. It's the same one, same dialogues, I guess. So yeah, see you later, man. See you later. Let's have a chat here with Triple Alpha. Oh, look at these cannons. They look cool. Hey, man. Can I talk to you? A powerfully built woman stands... Oh, it's a woman, sorry. A powerfully built woman stands by one of the huge guns, smoking a cigarette. She's carrying a cyber deck, and assault rifle is slung alongside it, and has the eye-wide alertness of someone who's either supernaturally alert or has a lot of headwear. She has the easy stance of someone ready to fight or flee at the moment's notice, but who doesn't expect she'll have to? The woman nods her head at you, taking a drag of her cigarette. You must be Seal. Heard about the dust up at the Tiger's Den. Glad you got out alive. Yeah. Have we met? Nah, but I know about the work you were doing for Kindly back in Hawaii. Josephine Sang and all that. The Shadowrunner community is pretty small, even in a city as big as Hong Kong, so I tend to hear about big jobs. Call me Triple Alpha. Triple Alpha? Triple. Yeah, not Triple. Triple Alpha. Us old runners, we gotta stick together, you know? You stick by your crew, they stick by you, and you can't count on anyone else. If my crew would ever freaking get here, why am I always the first one on scene anyway? I wanna get out of the shadows and onto a beach. Well, you look like you've seen a lot of action yourself. Man, you don't know the half of it. You tally up the runs I've been on, and I think I might have seen more stuff than even Fast Check. I might not be as old as him, but I think I takes jobs a lot more regularly than he does. I've been to Los Angeles and Seattle, Hong Kong and Berlin, and everywhere in between. And if it's a weapon, I've fired it. If there's a corporation, I've run both for and against them. It's never dull, I tell you that. How big of the team do you have? We got a rigger, a mage, and an adept. I guess there's a lot of our jack of all trades too. So she's not... Oh, wait. I guess there's also our jack of all trades too. Also, it's a fifth member? Huh. She's not really very good at anything, but she's got a lot of heart. Totally unafraid of to march alongside us, even if all she can manage is to blink away with that crappy pistol of her. Hey, I got a crappy pistol myself, and it's not that crappy. And then there's me. You can guess what I do. Yeah, You are a, I would suppose, rigger. Sorry, a decker, because she had the thing. Sounds like a solid crew, I guess. Pretty big as well. Yeah, they're a good bunch. Highly skilled, quiet, and we get along well. You can't ask for more than that. Are you staying out of the shadows for good? Nah, I don't think so. I've been running the shadows for my whole life. It's all I've ever done. I don't know how to do anything else. This is more of a vacation, a break, if you will. I figured we take a break, hit some beaches, take in the sights that are off the beaten path, and come back when we're rested. You keep doing the same thing forever, you're bound to burn out. You must get paid quite a lot to be able to take that much time off. I don't want to brag, but I'm kind of rolling in money, yeah. That's kind of bittersweet, I guess. Not sure how long we're gonna be out of the life. It'll be a few years at least. A lot of oh, seriously, man. A lot of our gear in cyberware is getting old, and it's harder to keep up with the other runners out there. The kind of upgrade takes time, you know. Not only do you have to track down the new stuff, you have to recuperate and all that. Pretty sure we'll be back though, and when we are, better watch out, because we'll be top of the line. So what are you doing once you're out? Aside from hit a nice beach somewhere? I don't know, there's plenty of interesting stuff to see around the world. I want to see some old ruins, you know, temples, castles, stuff like that. I like history, so I'm always excited when I get to go to older cities like Rome and Athens. Heck, with as much money as I've got, maybe I'll take a trip into space and play tourist there too. Never been to space before. Hey, you take care of yourself, okay? It's a rough world out there, and nobody's gonna look out for you except your crew and yourself. I like your style. I kinda feel like we've seen the same kind of runs, so watch your back, okay? Yeah. Always, Alpha. Good man. Never hurts to be careful. Good luck. I think we might run into each other again after I've got an upgrade and take a bit of a break. Looking forward to it when it happens. Hopefully we're on the same side, though. I mean, she sounds nice. I mean, Shadowrunners and all that, it's gotta be tricky when you're up against another team and you kind of like them or something, I don't know. Anyway, did I talk with everybody here? Let's go to Defiance and have a chat with our team, our own crew. Well, everything seems to be more or less in one piece. Do you and Q get anything figured out? More to the point, do you know who we're fighting at? Yeah, not yet. She wants me to meet her to go over what we have. Might as well get to it then, because we've got nothing. Oh, and Kalim, hurry. These choppy waters are doing a number on my stomach, and I'm fresh out of the Dramamine? Dramamine? I don't know. Okay, so are you guys gonna say anything? Hey, Gobbet, how's it going? Hey again, welcome back. You, find anything else? Nope, not really. Apparently, I can't really talk to these guys. Anyway, let's check the computer, see if we have anything new. Check our inbox for new messages. No new messages? Okay. Okay, so I can't complain. I absolutely cannot complain. This campaign is delivering way more than I thought it was gonna deliver. Yeah, there's nobody here. The guys are all upstairs. Just make sure. Nope, there's nobody here. Okay, let's have a chat with Q, and after that, we'll talk to these guys, tell them what we know. And I don't really know why they can't come with us, but, well, apparently Q wants us in there alone. I wonder why. Oh, she's in here alone as well. Oh, of course, it was only her and Lamb, and now Lamb is dead. Can I? Thank you. Q's command trailer is strangely peaceful. The crew of systems experts that formerly manned the multitude of terminals inside are nowhere to be found, and the omnipresent hum of the trailer's computer banks have fallen silent. The senior inspector glances up from her desk, half turning to face you. Good, you're here. The sentence trails to nothing as she squeezes her eyes shut, wincing. Her hands go up to nub her temples. Ugh. Are you okay? Will be. Migraine. She rubs her temple with both hands. Feels like someone lit a fire behind my eyes. Man, if I were you, I'd get that checked out. Utama must have a dock somewhere on this barge. I'll be fine. I already know what's causing this, and it won't be a problem anymore. I ditched it after Lamb turned on us. The necklace, you mean? Yeah, it hurt to see. It hurt to use, like looking through lenses ground to some lenses ground. What? Like looking through lenses to someone else's description? Oh, yeah, ground to someone else's description. Okay. Yeah, that hurts. I know that. Made the drain from spellcasting hurt more too. Truth is, I've been in constant pain for the past couple of months. Cost of doing business, I guess. That's why you've been so short-tempered, I guess. Well, some of that was just me, but the pain didn't help any. I'm still recovering from the impact of wearing that thing for months on end, and I soaked up some nasty drain breaking us out of that trap. I'm not at 100%, and I probably won't be for months. Yeah, well, I don't need you at 100%. Get me into a room with Crate, and I'll handle the rest. You might have to, but let's hope that it doesn't come to that. She shakes her head to clear it, gritting her teeth in discomfort. Okay, we got a job to do, so let's do it. So apparently, yeah, I recovered the PDA. Let's get. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's get to it then. You fish Lem's PDA out of the evidence bag that Q had you put it in. The device is in bad shape. Its scales warped and bent, but the screen winks on at your command. The display is streaked with Lem's dried blood. It looks like red gelatin, thin and watery. You can just make out the text underneath. Okay, let's browse the PDA. So we got inbox, outbox, live chat, trash bin, and a lot of junk mail. Let's search the junk mail folder first. Lem's junk mail folder is packed to the gills with all the manner of unsolicited messages. Scam mail, advertisement for everything from illicit drugs to designer electronics, and countless pornographic images fills the screen. It takes days to sort through all of this for anything useful, and searching by trial and error would likely expose the PDA to a whole lot of nasty worms and viruses. Remind me never to open my junk folder. Yeah, well, you can open the folder, not the mail. Oh. Okay, let's return to the main menu, because I want to do that at the end. I'm not sure. Let's look at the trash bin. It's also always a nice mine, I guess. A little digging reveals a file buried in the PDA's trash can. Just trash can or trash bin? Come on. Anyway, it looks like Lem intended to get rid of it, but he didn't before he got around to pulling the trigger on it. Okay, let's read the uncovered file. Mr. Koo tells me that you've accepted out our offer. Welcome aboard. Once you've delivered Q, report to me and we'll have you located to Taipo facility. You'll be safe there. We have the location under 24-hour guard for obvious reasons. From there on out, all that you need to do is keep your head down and count your money. You keep up your end, and you're soon to be a very wealthy and influential man. K. It's Crate's. Oh, that's Crate. Oh, I didn't read who it was from. I should have. It's if Crate's client, whoever it is, has something worth guarding in Taipo, then that's what we need to check out next. Let's keep going. This is good intel, but we need to get everything out of this PDA that we can. Yeah, let's see who that was though. That's not what I want. Yeah. So this is from Crate. Okay, so this is indeed from Crate. Okay. Let's go out live chat folder. Free chat exchange. Did you authorize a second mind probe of Silver Eyes while he was unconscious? I'm looking at the transcript of his interview, and he insists that two mages were screwing around with his brain last night. No, I was against you having him scanned in the first place, remember? Why would I give authorization for two different mages to poke around in his brain? I don't know. Maybe you wanted two sets of findings to check against one another. I know that you have trust issues where magic is concerned. So this was based. Oh, this is an exchange between Q and Lam. Okay. I didn't authorize anything, Lam. And unless we have a second magical interrogator that I don't know about on the task force, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that he's making it up. So what? You're just gonna dismiss it? You don't think it warrants further investigation? In a perfect world, I'll tell you to knock yourself out. But right now, in the world that we live in, there's no time for that. We're too close to Crate to go hunting for a mystery mage who might or might not exist. The council doesn't want any more delays, Lam. Neither does Mitsuhama. So drop it and do your job. I don't want to have to tell corporate about this. Alright, Fee. Fee? Is that her real name? You know, you win for now. But this discussion isn't over. Yeah, Lam, it is. Keep going, Seal. Let's see what else there is to see. Yeah, the discussion. Oh, boy. Yeah. So, of course, we know who the mage was, the second one. So, let's see. Outbox. Okay, I'm in. Justice, and that I don't know what it is. Let's read the first message. This is from Lam to Q Wallace. Alright, Q, I've reconsidered your proposal, and I want in. You were right. Q is a lost cause. She's corporate to the bone, and trying to argue with her is like talking to a brick wall. She doesn't give a damn about what the HKPF is supposed to stand for. All that matters to her is the company's bottom. Oh, fuck you, you little weasel. At least I don't turn on my own people for a paycheck. It's funny. I used to be such an idealist. I joined the HKPF because I wanted to help people, but that isn't what this organization is about, whatever the recruiters say. Good cops don't have a place in Mitsuhama's police force. The corporate culture of the HKPF either changes them if they are weak, or chews them up if they are strong. Either way... Oh, this is still... I'm still reading, okay. Yeah, for a moment there I thought that she was still talking, but no, I'm still reading. Either way, they wind up broken, and I can't be a part of that machine anymore. The big change you were talking about, it's a change to fix things. A real honest-to-God change. And so as much as I hate your methods, I'm going to help you. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I want the HKPF to be better, and this is a chance to make things happen. To make that happen. A remote chance, maybe, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, big change? What do you think he's talking about? I don't know, but I don't like the sound of it. Tell Crate I'm in. I can bring you Q, and I can help you to dismantle this task force. But you should know that if you've been bullshitting me, if things don't change for the better, I'm coming after you. You can count on that. Yeah, tough talk. Think he could have backed it up? Lamb? No, not in a million years. The fool would have gotten himself killed or one way or another. Still, we learned something here. Lamb was convinced that Crate and her people were working towards some sort of shake-up in the HKPF. A big change. Yeah, what kind of change do you think they're talking about? Not sure yet. I don't want to speculate until we've pulled everything out of this PDA that we can. Let's keep reading, see what else we can turn up. Second message. This is from Lamb to Tong Irene Tong? I know this girl. Irene, I know that you have every reason to hate the police, but hear me out. What happened to your family was wrong. I'm gonna do everything I can to make it right. I can bring your husband back, but I can help make sure that the constables who killed him pay for their crime. Big changes are coming, I promise. Between then and now, please allow me to cover your mortgage payments. I've recently come into a large sum of money, and I want you to have it. Consider it a show of good faith until I can bring you the justice you deserve. I don't know anything about this, she frowns. Must have been related to some old case of Lamb's from before he got assigned to the task force. Or maybe it was a personal thing, an old friend of his, or a romantic interest. It was someone he cared about, that much is clear. Sounds like... Do I know this? No, maybe I don't know her. Yeah, it feels like a motive to me. This woman's husband died, Lamb felt guilty, and he signed on with Crate to try and make amends. Yeah, maybe. Grouping up the people responsible for the Kowloon City massacre out of guilt, though? What kind of ass backward thinking is that? Well, I'm not sure if it's ass backward, though. Yeah, the kind that idealists and zealots have always used to justify their actions. Nothing new about it. Yeah, this whole thing raises more questions than it answers. Let's keep going. There has to be more in here for us to find. Yeah. Let's see, third message. This message has been corrupted. A meaningless stream of garbled text fills the screen. Oh, yeah, that's why it says right there. Okay. Let's go into the inbox. Package delivery. From Wallace Koo to Andy Lamb. Everything is ready on our end. Now you need to hold up your end of the deal. The package has to be delivered before the wildcard leaves the evidence room, or this whole thing is going to get messy. I'm the package, I guess. Yeah, making me the wildcard. What an idiot. If you wanted to speak in code, you could have been a little less obvious about it. If things do get messy, it's your ass, Lamb. Crate wants this to go by the numbers, and that means both the package and the wildcard caught in the same trap. We can't change the package catching a bullet. Before we can question her, and a firefight in the hallway will raise questions. You know your job. Do it well, and you'll get what you were promised. Yeah, well, things didn't go the way they planned. Crate must be... They really didn't go the way they planned. I hope that she's furious. Hell, I hope that she chokes on it. Okay, let's read the second message here. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna break up the episode here, and we're gonna continue reading the PDA on the next episode. For now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.